I live at 4803 Springbrook Drive in Meadowwood subdivision, which is just to the west of the subject property. First, thank you, Commissioners, for your service in what lately has been a thankless job. We appreciate your volunteer service to our community. It's my privilege to have lived in this community my entire life, to have been born and raised here, and raised my children here and go to school here. For the last 11 years, I've lived in Meadowwood subdivision, and for the last 29 years, I have worked in the commercial and investment real estate business. Meadowwoods was developed in 1986 with 1 acre lots. The average ownership period of the residents is 14 years. Many are original in this subdivision, having lived there for 24 years. And the few lots here sell quickly because of the few houses for sale here sell quickly because of the 1 acre lots and the great family atmosphere. The current R1 zoning of the subject property already allows for subdivision and development of 1 acre lots. These 1 acre lots are big enough to allow for septic tanks and wells rather than being required for county water and sewer systems. And the subject property is not within the 1,000-foot minimum required to tie into the county water, which is in Wellington Woods subdivision. The same site plan that you will see or have seen by the applicant could be modified to allow for 22 1-acre lots, which will sell, we think, for more money and be easier and cheaper to develop, which is an option for the applicant. The property has development obstacles in place that will still be in place even if it is rezoned to a higher density zoning. These obstacles are, you can look at the map and see, substantial wetlands and or floodplain areas that will preclude much of the property from being developed without mitigation. Wet, poor draining soils that will either preclude all septic tank installation or require the much costlier mound systems. Clydestone Road has to be paved for this subdivision even in R1 lots to occur. And of course, I believe it makes no sense from an economic, market, and land use perspective to develop new lots here because of the need to pave the road. How can a private developer pave Clydestone Road? The conditions imposed by the Planning Commission and the staff are for the developer of the property to pave Clydestone Road. The huge cost of clearing and widening, paving, possible right-of-way purchases, plus a private developer simply doesn't have the legal capacity to pave a county road and to perhaps condemn to purchase rights-of-way that are going to be required. And even though Clydestone Road may be on the future list for paving, there's no guarantees. That money will come from the SPLOST vote, and the next vote is September 2013, I believe. SPLOST these days does not have any guarantee of passing, and even if it does, the revenues from SPLOST, as you all well know, are way down. And unnecessary projects like Clydestone Road will be pushed way down on the priority list. So the paving of Clydestone, which is a requirement, is years down the road. The Planning Commission has already voted 6-2 to deny the request. And the property, while it might be planned for higher density development in the future, based on the future land use plan, it's just that, it's in the future. It's not now. We're here now, we live there now, and we're asking for your protection now. Maybe one day down the road, all of the factors that are required to develop this property, either for R1 or R21, might be in place, like Clydestone Road paving and county water and sewer. But the other developmental obstacles will still be there, like wetlands, floodplains, poor soils, and others. The owner of the property currently has the right to develop the property into 1 acre lots if they choose to, if they pave the road and do other tasks. We ask for your denial, which we think is a fair and proper representation of the 48 owners and families in our Meadowwood subdivision and protection of a stable, valuable suburban neighborhood which has been in place for 25 years. Your denial does not stop or inhibit the property owner from their right to develop the property in a way that is economically beneficial to them. We appreciate your time, your consideration, and your denial